Here we want to find the limit if it exists. If the limit does not exist, and explain why. We have the limit as x approaches 3 of 2x plus the absolute value of x minus 3. So we need to first just take a look at the absolute value of x minus 3. So recall that this is a piecewise function. The absolute value of x minus 3, okay, is equal to the following. We know that it's equal to x minus 3 if x is greater than or equal to 3. And then it's negative times x minus 3 if x is less than 3. So let's just simplify this a little further. So this is equal to, again, x minus 3 if x is greater than or equal to 3. And if we distribute that sign, then we end up getting 3 minus x if x is less than 3. So we need to make sure that we look at the absolute value first before we look at this entire limit. So now what this does, okay, in step number 2, is this breaks us into two particular limits. Okay, the first limit is x is approaching 3 from the left of the function 2x plus the absolute value of x minus 3. And then we have the limit as x approaches 3 from the right of the function 2x plus the absolute value of x minus 3. So if this function on here is approaching x from the left, then that means that we need to substitute this to be where this is x is less than 3, so we're using that function there. So what that tells us is that in step 3, this now becomes the limit as x approaches 3 from the left of 2x plus 3 minus x. And let's continue to simplify this limit so we can combine like terms. So we have the limit as x approaches 3 from the left. We get 2x minus x, so that becomes x plus 3. And now when we evaluate this limit, we're going to plug in 3 plus 3, which is going to give us 6. Okay, now over here, we're going to evaluate this limit. So the limit as x approaches 3 from the right. Now recall here that this is x plus 3 from the right. So that means when x is greater than or equal to 3. So we're going to replace this absolute value of x minus 3 with x minus 3. So we now get 2x plus x minus 3. And so now if we combine like terms, we end up with the limit as x approaches 3 from the right of 3x minus 3. Now we're going to plug in 3. So we got 3 times 3 minus 3. So that's 9 minus 3, which is equal to 6. So the limit of this function as x approaches 3 from the left is equal to 6. The limit of this function as x approaching 3 from the right is equal to 6. So then what does that tell us? Well, what that tells us is is that if the left and the right limits are equal, then we can say that the limit as x is approaching 3 of the function 2x plus the absolute value of x minus 3 is then equal to 6.